Food orders must be placed by or before 5:50 p.m. Pick up sliced Dietz and Watson deli meat, freshly made Italian bread, and Lewis Dairy Milk.
All right, 8:46. We have Jermichael King Langston Mitchell live in studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, love having him back on air with us. He's a youth advocate out of Salisbury, community activist, very involved with our youth and community. And, you kind of took a step back a little bit, over the last year and a half or whatever during the pandemic. But now you're getting back more involved in the community. And, you got a bunch of things lined up with Extraordinary League of Gentlemen, right, as well as some other events that you're working on. And shout out to our friend Kevin Lindsay.
Yeah, yes. Kevin Lindsay and Mandel Copeland.
Yes, Kevin's going to be in studio on Tuesday. Yeah. He's got something he's going to talk about with Kentucky, but you wanted to mention something about it?
They've kind of given me permission to talk about it a little bit.
Okay, all right.
So they're doing a water drive.
Okay.
We did the water drive for Flint, Michigan that time.
Yes.
And the Eastern Shore truly showed out. That's one of the most memorable moments of my life.
Yeah.
I truly believe that's a legacy.
I remember that.
Yeah, we got a lot of bottles of. The Eastern Shore showed out.
Yeah.
We had sent over 4,000 bottles of cases of water to Flint, Michigan.
That's great.
So they're actually great. Had another initiative just like that. Shout out to Mandel Copeland and Kevin Lindsay. 50 caseholds and the YMCA are getting ready to launch a project today, which is called Care for Kentucky.
Okay.
And these gentlemen are going to start putting that promotion out. But basically what it is they'll have several locations around the community, especially the YMCAs, that you can drop off cases of water for Kentucky.
Okay.
We know that situation that Kentucky has gone through, and water is very simple and easy. Anybody can buy a case of water. A case of water, average of $3 maybe.
Yep.
So they're collecting water. It's a big initiative. It'll be over social media. 50 caseholds and the local YMCAs. We're going to be doing a big thing. Kevin's going to really launch it and talk about it more in depth.
Nice. Sorry, Kevin. Wednesday. My bad.
Yeah, but
he just hit me. He said Tuesday or Wednesday. I thought you said Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday you'll be in. Wednesday. My bad.
So
my bad.
Shout out to Mandel Copeland and Kevin Lindsay. That launches
Yes.
today. And it'll be going. I think it's a 20-day drive.
Okay.
They're going to do it for 20 days, I believe. The 17th through the 31st.
Okay.
And then
That's
early
amazing.
January, they're going to send that water off, man. But these brothers are doing great work in our community, especially through the YMCAs.
Yeah.
And, it's a great opportunity for the community to come together.
Absolutely.
We know it's the holidays. We know money might be tight, but again, a case of water isn't anything. It shouldn't be anything that way. We throw money away all the time.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
I feel like
You're
if people
right.
have it, definitely look into this and donate some cases of water.
Yeah, and it's crazy. They talk about like the rising prices of everything.
Yeah.
People still out there spending.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know
Most
what I mean?
definitely.
It's
It's not going to change, and probably when they finalize some things, there'll be some more stimulus checks and things of that nature coming.
Hey.
They'll probably, especially with the new variants. They got the new variants.
Hey, what's on your shirt? Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
All right, so speaking of talk about it, you have a podcast.
Yeah, so I have a podcast.
So let's talk about it.
So before I took a break, I was really into the podcast situation. I was, motivational speaking is a big thing. I feel like no matter what you go through, like you talked about, you got to stay positive.
Yes.
You got to always try to inspire people. So we did a podcast on Anchor, just playing around.
Yeah.
But we great up it. We great take it to the next level. Me and a friend of mine, Martinez Blake.
Okay.
He's actually a realtor. He was my barber. But we great take it to another level, and we're going to talk about that. Finances. We're going to talk about education. We're going to talk about trauma, mental health. We're going to talk about those type of things in our community. Have some guests with some information and some facts, and just have an overall conversation about everything.
Nice.
Wow.
Everything.
Where do you do it?
I do it on. We're going to do it actually in the downtown Salisbury area.
Okay.
More than likely at the facility that we've been renting for a long time. It's
What
a space.
platform are you using?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
So that's the kicker. I'm gonna still do it on Anchor, but we're gonna up it to a different platform as well.
Okay.
So we're still in conversation. Me and Marty are still in conversation. But big up to Marty as well. Martinez Blake, where he's with Caldwell Banker.
Oh, okay.
He's doing amazing things right now in the region, man. So shout out to him as well.
Now, are you doing like an audio podcast or like a video as well?
Both. So we want to put
Yep.
it on YouTube. We want to do everything. We want to do everything.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
My
just wanna do
suggestion would be
everything.
like a YouTube.
He has a lot of tips.
Oh yeah. Now, I'm gonna pick his brain because I've been
Bill
seeing.
Baker live,
I've been
man.
seeing. Yeah, I've been seeing
yeah.
the whole. So
Well, during the
definitely.
pandemic,
He
you know.
lets me come on his show every now and then.
Well, during the pandemic, I had been wanting to start a podcast, and I never had time. but then all of a sudden the world stopped, so I was able to do that, and I got camera equipment, and I started doing first off, you got to do, you got to grab your phone and you do this and you go on live, and that's your podcast right there. That's how you start, because if you sit around and you wait, then you're just going to keep putting it off. If you start and see the response you get at first, that will motivate you to start putting more into it.
Right.
And then that's what I found. And then, I just went ahead and did it. And sometimes it's still hard now that, stuff's going again, to keep up, but you just got to make time. And sometimes you do it on the road, do different locations, just because people care about content. Get it out there.
Yeah. He's a content creator.
Oh, no, that's how,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do it. So I definitely be picking your brain, man. But
and
we gotta talk. It's called Talk About It, Speak Facts.
Yeah, great.
And it's just gonna have different topics that we can speak about. And my strong opinion. Some people may not like my strong opinion,
but it's your podcast.
Yeah, but my strong opinion.
They don't have to watch.
That's the good thing is that it's
based off the factual information that I've received and that I've researched. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're excited about that, and then we have several other things, man. We still have the Spot Lounge Event Center downtown Salisbury.
The Spot,
yeah. So we still have that. We just revamped it a little bit, and we turned it back into a lounge. So it's a space for people to rent and do different things. Of that
open
nature.
now or no?
Oh yeah, we still open. Yeah,
okay.
It's still, the information's on social media, of course, Facebook and Instagram.
All right.
Anybody that's interested in that space. But I'm out here working, man.
Yeah,
Quietly, but I'm still working.
Still doing it.
All right.
And me and my friend are thinking about getting back. I had Kids Rock Basketball.
Yes.
For years. We did that for like 20 plus years.
And there was a lot of people, a lot of kids involved in that.
A lot of kids involved over the years. A lot of other programs sparked out of that program as well. But we think about getting back into it as well.
Do it.
But smaller age group. My nephew is in the 4th grade. I got another nephew in the 3rd grade, nephew in the 5th grade. So we thinking about getting smaller kids and revamping and starting something new. So
that will continue because as they age,
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's why we want to start. We want to start with the smaller kids and work our way up. And then of course, shout out to my high school, the Salisbury School.
Yeah, we're gonna play a song. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the Salisbury School. All right, so keep it locked. Jermichael Mitchell live in studio. Here's